what are the best shoes for heel pain? Now, the most common reason that we have heel pain is because of plantar fasciitis, which is a sharp pain right on the bottom of your foot. Now, when you have this pain, a lot of people just assume they need more cushion and they're searching for something really, really soft. So I see this all the time with so many people will come in with Skechers shoes. Skechers are super flexible and they're super soft and they're super foamy, which in your mind, it sounds exactly like what you want or need on your foot. And when you first put them on, they feel really, really good, but it's actually not the best shoe for you. So here are a few tips when you're trying to figure out what to wear when you're struggling with heel pain. Now, this is Brooks. If you've been to my office, you've probably seen me wear these. The thing that we're looking for in a shoe is that it's nice and stiff. And so you want to make sure that when you pick up that shoe, it really only bends in the front. You don't want to be able to fold it in half in that arch area because then that fascia is not being supported. Lastly, you actually want to make sure that that heel counter or the back of that heel is really nice and stiff. If it's soft, your foot is just going to roll over into your arch and once again, just put way too much stress on that plantar fascia. So first and foremost, really just make sure it's a stiff shoe, it's not bending too easily, and it's got a stiff heel counter at the back of it. Now, another thing to look at is what we call the pitch or the angle of that heel. So you'll see on this shoe that the heel actually sits a lot higher than the front of the shoe, and that's typical. Most athletic shoes are built that way, but it's becoming a little bit more popular to do it a different way. And so I'm going to show you the Ultra shoe here, which is a popular brand with some of our runners. And you can actually see that's really flat and the heel is not elevated at all compared to the front. Now this can cause some issues because that once again will drop your heel down and increase the stress and strain on that fascia. So if you're actively having foot pain, specifically heel pain, you don't want to be in a super flat shoe like this. Now that's one way to observe it on the outside, but here's actually a brand that is pretty good for plantar fasciitis. It only has a slight elevation in the back of it, but this brand is extremely sturdy, meaning it's only got that flex there. It's only got a little bit of wiggle room here in the back, and it's really well constructed on the inside, meaning it has a good arch support built in to the sole of the shoe, not in this foam part. It also has a nice removable foam, so if you do have custom orthotics, which I highly recommend with plantar fasciitis, it still fits really nicely in here. And so this brand is called Echo, very popular. So even though it still kind of has that flat appearance, it is still a really good shoe for plantar fasciitis. Now this is, I just am bringing it up because there's a lot of shoes that look like this that are good, and there's a lot of shoes like this that look like this that are bad. So make sure when you're picking out that shoe, you're picking it up and you're feeling it. And the shoe should be stronger than you. You shouldn't put it on and be able to roll over and move around. I know you want cushion, but cushion's not going to cure this problem. Now, everybody's a little different, and so these are only basic rules. And most people need some specific changes depending on their foot structure. So there are times when we want to exaggerate some of these things for a particular person. So if you're super flat-footed or you're a pronator, there are other features of a shoe you should be looking for. And at the same time, if you have a really high arch or a stiff foot, there are some specific things you need to stay away from in a shoe to treat your plantar fasciitis. So step number one is get out of walking barefoot or in flat shoes like a flip-flop if you're having heel pain. Worst thing you can do for yourself. Then start going through your closet and follow these quick tips. And if you're still having problems, obviously contact your local podiatrist, or here at Third Coast Foot and Ankle, we see heel pain every day and I'm happy to help.